All right. Oof. Oof. Oh boy. I want to say like it's a. I don't want to say it's like a yikes situation, but it is a very yikes situation. Um, to say the least, chat. Very yikes. Um, and as somebody that enjoys the game, I kind of want to talk about what's happening, right? Because Frigid posted the video, and um, we're gonna have to be talking about Frigid video. So this is a kind of shame. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. It's kind of the same. Kind of the same. Frigid opinion is so bad. Like the drama. What's going on? So why Kenny Kane look horrible? Like the weapon appearance of it. Yeah, it's just it's a candy cane. But you know what? I think it's better we just watch this video together, bro. Like it'd probably be better for me to just give you guys the video, watch. Like we'll watch it together. I'll say here and there my opinion, and then we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep it rolling, right? Cause dear Lord, man, dear Lord, with a lot of testers just like getting purged. So old testers got purged with new management and corruption. There's a lot going on, bro. I seen the fact that some testers has been like giving out a lot of feedback, and I guess it's been getting ignored, and that's also kind of like a very bad thing as well. Um, and like kind of ignoring your testers is a very bad thing. I'm not gonna lie, but uh, all right, you know what? All right, here, let me get the audio for you guys. But so I get the understanding of like maybe want to like have a new set of team or whatever because of new management, right? You probably not used with the old set of testers or whatever. I don't know, right? But dear Lord, kind of still ignoring testers with their feedback is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, I'm gonna push up the audio. So let me know if it's loud or if it's too low.
I uploaded a video called "Is Hunty
They should just nerf
Good?"
codes.
In this video, I discussed my thoughts about the new dev team and shared my issues with the game under new ownership. But to keep a short summary about what I said in the video, I talked about the codes being too OP where players don't want to play the game anymore. I talked about the balancing issues with resources and with power creep, and I talked about how
need to be paid.
had
Not
its
late
first
again.
update delays in the history of its release. Now, after I uploaded that video, I received comments from Hunty Zombies testers and former testers sharing their stories with me.
Okay, everything these
from
wait,
their
what?
comments, I learned that there was much bigger
What's
issues
up? What's good,
going on in
silly?
the game than I could have observed
Nah, I don't have people
from the outside as a normal player. After reading through many of the tester comments, one Hunty Zombies tester left a comment and suggested I reached out to him on Discord if he wanted to hear the full story of what was going on.
Which so I was like a full old tester, bro.
I accepted his
not
Discord
the drama.
DM,
oh my goodness, we got the drama, bro.
Zai. So Zai is a former tester for Hunty Zombies and also a former tester for Dungeon Quest, which got acquired by Voldex.
I never heard of like Dungeon Quest before.
So
Can you add me? I don't. Listen. I don't want to add people, right? Do you think they should make the Joker perk spammable, like double damage, because the cooldown is too long and the effect is on for 15 seconds? Oh, bro, you mean the orangey Joker perk, bro? That joke is like, I don't think nobody's rocking Joker, right? Like that joke is so orangey. Like I feel like it's like that's like probably like the most terrible perk in the game, bro.
Going under new ownership and the new ownership completely killing the game. So I hope this delivers insight from
drama, bro. And yo, was this the corruption you was telling me like back then, bro? I swore you was talking about like corruption with Hunty Zombies, but I just didn't like. Oh my god.
His background and from his motivations. Zai here has written a whole testament about the whole situation.
They used to play Dungeon Quest. Was it actually that bad?
Public because he believes the community needs to be aware of what is going on, and most importantly, in his words, he wants to make justice.
This is 3 months old. Like, so I think I like me watching the video. I think they kind of the testers were basically saying that there was like a difference in communication with P Fresh team. because their whole team was from Thailand, right? So like, I guess like it makes sense, right? Like trying to communicate as an English tester with those from Thailand or like a different language is basically, it's kind of hard, you know, for everything to get fixed in a way and such. There's just a language barrier there. But with the new dev team, right? I think at some point there was mentioning that like, you know, feedback was getting sent in, but I guess like it was still being ignored. That's like my biggest thing with this whole entire video, right? It's like being a tester and you still giving feedback to like the team, and all of that isn't getting like
so I thought it would be my honor to channel his voice and his testament to the channel to bring this message out to the Hunty Zombies community. So I would like to share
my favorite game. Yo, hinge out.
All information I'm about to share comes from Zai himself, along with other testers who shared screenshots with him. And I would also like to say that I also cross-referenced his perspective and everything he said with other testers to make sure that his perspective is in complete validation. I will share my personal thoughts about everything at the end of the video, but from this point onwards, I will be sharing Zai's entire perspective. So let's take everything from the start and go in order of the timeline of events that had happened. So this whole situation started at December 11th.
It was good. It's good, Ronald.
Testers decided to resign their position as testers.
Having like this gotta be like insane, right? Having like a total of 8 testers, if not probably more, right? It's just everybody resigning from the game is actually insane, bro.
A total of 8 testers resigned, and the main reason for this resignation was due to a lack of communication between the
communication has been always a thing that Hunty Zombies have seemed to struggle with so badly. Even like okay, I maybe give them credit because they like there was some communication barrier, like language barrier with whatever with P-Fresh team, but still, at the end of the day, Hunty Zombies have always had this communication issue. Like always, I promise you. It was like one of the worst thing ever. From when P-Fresh team was still around to like, I guess now it seems with the new developers apparently. Like, I just don't get how hard it is to just communicate with the player base, bro. It's not that hard, bro. It's really not that hard, man.
Testers and the developers.
I will
get into this later in the video, but
Anime Final Quest, please save the Soul Society, man.
For now, we are
please save the Roblox community.
Going to follow the timeline of events that had happened. So after all of these testers had resigned, there was a vacuum.
Yeah, I appreciate the donation, bro. We gotta get some W's in the chat for Kita, man.
For 3
Kita's always good.
Slots to fill. There was 1 tester manager slot that needed to be filled, and 2 tester admin slots that needed to be filled. So in order to fill these roles, Caleb, the owner of the game, gave Pinchu the tester manager role. So before Pinchu was a tester manager, he was just a regular tester role, while Zai and many other testers around him were tester supervisors, roles above tester and trial.
So the person who got test, so he was just a regular tester, and then
Zai and many other testers.
He was the one that got test manager. While Zai in the process lost tester role.
Around him were tester supervisors, roles above tester and trial tester.
Basketball Zero,
I would also like to mention that Zai and all these other testers have been testing the game for far longer.
How do I get a lot of traits? Benefits.
Have been giving more tester and bug reports, and simply just had more experience than Pinchu. With Pinchu as the tester manager, he had the opportunity to choose 2 tester supervisors, and one of them was Hunty Kirito, which was a strange decision because much like Pinchu, Kirito has the exact same experience as Pinchu.
Tell me what's bad about Anime Final Quest
outside of any of the other testers. To put this into perspective, Pinchu and Kirito became testers for Hunty Zombies as of November 6th. While Zai and another tester admin he mentioned have been testers ever since October 22nd. And another tester admin
that's
he mentioned
actually
has been
insane,
a tester
bro.
ever since August 16th. And there was one more tester he mentioned that has been an OG tester for the game before the game even released. And to put most of the numbers into perspective, most of the OG testers, including Zai, have reported more than 100 bugs to the devs, while only Pinchu and Kirito have reported about 5 bugs to the devs, with the bugs that they're reporting
like this part here was actually
bugs. So in Zai's perfect words, overall favoritism won the case. And now by this
drama, basically corruption, 13th, like
2 days
huge
after
purge testers and stuff, bro.
Resigned, and this is the projected.
I feel like Frigid like got most of it,
this entire
all the evidence. So I don't want to like overspeak.
Between the
So
developers
I was like,
and
no,
the
I'll play the
testers,
video.
Despite the update releasing today, the only tester that Caleb had spoken with was Pichu.
The only way I got choices because I'm a CC like not manager but CC creator, so I got benefits.
In DMs. This is one of the biggest reasons why the 8 testers resigned, was because of this severe lack of communication. So as I mentioned, despite the update,
I gotta say, communication have always been an issue with Hunty Zombies. I don't think this is nothing new.
By the time that the update was supposed to,
it's just been a very bad issue.
Hours, there was an odd situation happening.
I was told that corruption was always a thing with Hunty Zombies. Like Inyo told me, but I just never had like, I just never knew majority of this was going on behind the scene like that. Like I didn't see what was happening. I was just told. No corruption was happening.
Happened to a tester's supervisor. The testers have taken notice to this and were wondering what was going on, but they were.
This cookie, I'm pretty sure that's like the secret code that creators could give out.
And while all of this was happening, 3 testers got kicked unjustly for no reason. And one of those testers that got kicked was one of the most active testers in both the tester server and in the official Hunty Zombies Discord. There was definitely no reason to kick somebody who was so communicative and doing such a crazy job as a tester. So after I had discussed with most of the other testers, they all agreed that this whole situation had all started to happen ever since Pichu became the tester manager. So they all agreed that Caleb's choice to make Pichu the tester manager was a horrible choice, and
which I still don't get, right?
Game at risk because the game's update is not being tested whatsoever. And this was all happening on the day of the update.
Because I'm pretty sure if we go back,
so 2 hours have gone by ever since that happened, which means there is 1 hour left until the project.
So when they was removing all the testers, I think so I mean, in this game of season, what is the new deals doing, bro?
Tester slots to fill.
So around here,
1 tester manager slot that needed to be filled and 2 tester admin slots that needed to be filled. So in order to fill these roles, Caleb, the owner of the game, gave Pichu the tester manager role. So before
I replayed that. So around here, Zai and the others was like
tester role, while Zai and many other
superiors, I guess, like more experienced, such supervisors. But Pichu, I guess, like Pikachu, however you say his name, right, was a regular, just a regular tester role. Like it was insane to me, just full on blown able to get test manager role.
And I would also,
I don't. Like, I'm not gonna like go deep on it. Like, I wouldn't know how like getting test manager works when you're like a test or whatever. But I feel like if Zai and the others was already this experienced and like ahead with testing everything for the game, I feel like I would have just made Zai like the test manager for the game, bro. No, right? But it's kind of insane just to kick Zai and every other experienced tester that was already communicative with the game, right? With the team in general, and just like you just remove all of them for no reason. I don't know, that this here just seems weird to me.
I'd like to mention that Zai and all these other testers have been testing the game for far longer, have been giving more tester and bug reports.
Like, and like this is gonna be brought up again at some point later in the video, where like you see all the testers have just always been very communicative with everything, and there's just some things that they've pretty much gave feedback on that I'm pretty sure was just outright ignored. And that was just like just outright ignoring testers is like bad, bro. Really bad, because like these people are testing out the game before like it's even released for the public to like play. So if you're gonna ignore testers, then the update is gonna be shit, right? And that kind of explains why majority of Hunty Zombies updates are, well, basically just kind of just shit. But I mean, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But
such a crazy job as a tester. So after Zai had discussed with most of the other testers, they all agreed that this whole situation had all started to happen ever since Pichu became the tester manager.
AFK right now.
So they all agreed that Caleb's choice to make Pichu the tester manager was a horrible choice and is putting the entire game at risk because the game's update is not being tested whatsoever. And this was all happening on the day of the update.
The owner?
Just
no, well, okay, so Caleb is the owner. Caleb, like, made, bro, his, made, I'm gonna call him Pikachu, bro. Like, made him test manager.
release.
But we're mostly
So
speaking about
2
test
hours
manager, bro.
have gone by ever since that happened, which means there was 1 hour left until the projected update. But by this point, most people got purged out of their roles, so they couldn't attend the meeting, or they got kicked out of the server, so they didn't even know a meeting was happening. When the situation was brought to his attention, he mentioned that no, we are not replacing everyone, which to Zai's words is likely that he lied, since they got no information on why everybody was getting kicked, and he did not care that people were losing their roles, which was rising the drama among all of the testers because they kept getting ignored while they were in VC with him. Even when they would bring this situation to Caleb's DMs about the whole situation, he downplays the whole situation.
Like, this part here is actually more insane as well, right? I feel like as developers, this is a bit immature, to say the least. You know, and still going out your way to block people after this whole situation. It's kind of immature, man. Yo, you wanna know what's really immature? After this video was uploaded, and when in like the official server, when everybody was talking about it in the official Hunty Zombies Discord, just kind of like the test manager was kind of laughing at people's faces, and I was kind of like, this is like very unprofessional. When Zai was asking questions, he just laughed at, right? Just getting laughed at for no reason, bro. I was like, okay, this is weird behavior. Like, you could like follow up, just let them know why you did it, or you could just be like, you know, like, just, you don't have to laugh at them. I don't know, bro. Just unprofessional. I think I have the screenshot, bro. I was like, okay, hold on, wait, let me see. Like, this is like very weird, bro. Let me see, man. See you later, man. I was like, there's no reason for you to laugh at somebody who's genuinely asking you a question. Like, you can be fresh about it. Let's see. Open. Do 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 do. Okay, wait, no. All right. Let me go back on that. So, here, right? All right, I got a screenshot. I'm gonna show you guys. Boom, boom, boom. So, Zai went back and asked, bruh, that's such a small little screen. So Zai went back and asked Pinchu about the mass tester kick. And he asked, was it Caleb or, you know, his doing, and just hit with no info. And I think after that, Zai just pretty much said it was just his doing, right? And then just after that, Pinchu was just sending like a bunch of, I don't know the thing name, but just like generally like a bunch of just I'm just gonna say he just sent a bunch of gifts right after that, just like pretty much just mocking the situation. So I was like, okay, this is like kind of like unprofessional, bro. Like, you don't have to mock the situation, man. Like, you really do not have to mock the situation, bro. Like, people like generally just want answers, and like you could just give them the answer. It's just real simple, bro. It's real simple to just give people the answer. But I don't know, that's just me, man. Like, if I was just a dev, right, and I'm just seeing my team just kind of going back and just like kind of mocking the situation, I'm like, we can't be doing this, bro. We just can't be doing this. I would very much so care for my reputation, you know?
By calling cheesy noodle previous team drama and blocked him. It was definitely.
I do have more screenshots, but
all of the
I think we'll get to it later.
Ignore all of the testers getting kicked.
Some people dreaming don't deserve management.
Imagine working a job and all of a sudden all your coworkers gets fired and gets sent.
Frigid explains most of it better than me.
Ask your boss why, and he's not telling you, and he's just gonna keep making you work. He's oh, don't worry about it, man. I'm just gonna fire all your coworkers. I'm just gonna send everyone home, and you're not gonna know why. So during the tester meeting, Caleb had shared information about the update, changes that.
I think like one of the managers was also in the server as well, saying
in which the testers were very happy to deliver.
Like, it's not much of an issue, or whatever, when it's kind of is.
So they put out the potential balance changes, but they were.
Oh, here, well, yeah, here. This is what I was basically saying. By the way, you're black or brown. This had to be. That has got to be racist. But here, right? So, Frigid is golden. Basically, I think this is the biggest, like, this is the biggest thing for me when I was watching this video, because I truly do care about the game. And I've constantly said multiple times how I felt about each and every update. Like, every time I just say it's like, oh, this update is bad. Even if I was vague, I think it's like with anybody that has a sense of mind that these updates were getting just pretty terrible. And like, even after the new devs came, it just felt like they were still following this formula. It's just like, whatever formula that the team keeps following, it's just not it, in my honest opinion. But that's just me though. But same time, like, Frigid shows like a lot of basically testers, right, going out their way just to give feedback. And if all of this is just being ignored and completely skilled, this is like the biggest issue on why these updates are just always pretty bad in general. It's not the testers' fault at all, right? It's basically the fact that like what the testers are saying is just getting ignored. It's hard, bro. And testers, like, when feedback is given, when suggestions are given, and developers, managers, all of them, the staffs are just ignoring that, the game just dies, right? Like, at this point, it's like the player base is just being ignored. You are ignoring your fans of the game. You just do not care what they are saying. And you're just doing what you want to do with the game, man. It's just, that's the most terrible thing you can do as developers, bro. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. If this is true, and like if like all these testers went out the way to give you all these feedbacks, say like giving out these codes are wrong, like the balancing, I've been said the balancing in this game was like pretty just whatever, multiple times on live stream back in the past. If this is true, yeah, this is just oof, bro. Oof, man. It's terrible, bro.
And skipped. So overall, Caleb just ignored the entire team except for the tester manager. He did not read a single one of the changes or any of the proposed actions to take with the game. The testers made an entire list of issues, quality of life improvements, additions, and a balancing change list. And this,
like, look how huge these lists are, bro. And every time, I promise you, every time an update come out, it's always 50 to 100 new bugs that exist, and with the smallest list of updates that just came out for said update that just came out as a recent. Like, bro, what are we doing, man?
Single one of the changes except for the tester feedback, because
like insane of a huge list that these testers are giving out, bro.
That's their job and it's what they enjoy to do. So they put out their potential balance changes, but they were completely ignored and skipped. So over.
Oh, best. Okay, is Gojo Pet still bugged? I'm pretty sure the gingerbread, like the cosmetics still bug as well. Like, generally speaking, like, how is every tester? It doesn't even matter if they're hiring new testers, because it seems like even if they kick the older ones and they have new ones, if what the testers are saying is still being ignored, it doesn't matter. Because that means even if testers are getting ignored, what content creators and just a regular player is saying as suggestions for the videos or whatever, that is also being ignored. That means developers are doing their own thing at this point, bro.
Overall, Caleb just ignored the entire team except for the tester manager. He did not read a single one of the changes or any of the proposed actions to take with the game. The testers made an entire list of issues, quality of life improvements, additions, and a balancing change list. And this effort was made with the entire active tester team except for Pinshu and Kirito. The testers put all of this work into this update because they do truly care about this game, but the devs just did not care about their opinion or their proposition whatsoever. Zai mentions that this entire situation reminds him of what happened.
I really miss the old days of daggers, one of the best weapons. Speaking of, bro, I wish we could go back and buff old weapons that recently came out in the game. Speaking of which, okay, can somebody, okay, hold on here. I'm in the game right now. One more thing before I even say anything, right? Okay, well, I got disconnected. Hold on. All right, so can we like keep the candy cane weapon in the game? Right, the limited time weapon. I don't know if any styles are watching, but if you are, bro, like, dear Lord, man, right? If for some reason we cannot keep this candy cane weapon despite how bad or good it is, this is probably one of the worst things to ever like happen in the game, because at least when P Fresh was like back with his dev team, we was able to keep limited time weapons, bro. Like, regardless of how bad or good it was, bro. Hold on, I don't. This junk is not in my inventory. So, can't even keep the candy cane weapon. So, that's not going in your collection regardless of how bad or good the weapon is. Like, so for collection players like me, that's pretty. Imagine if daggers as scythe was a weapon that you had to roll for, but you couldn't keep. Like, sure, it would live up to limited time, but you couldn't keep it, so you couldn't flex that you was an OG player or something for having a limited time weapon.
Dungeon quests. So fundamentally, the issue is just a lack of communication between the developers and the testers. And another situation that happened was that.
And speaking of which, like, we really need to buff the older weapons anyway, like daggers and such, bro. Oh my goodness, GG to the daggers, because daggers is such a golden weapon. I still to this day love the daggers, right? Like the animations, oh bro. Daggers was probably one of my most favorite weapons, despite if it was like meta or not. I just loved how much ore it just gave out.
The official Hunty Zombies server so that it is easier to manage the new and old testers. But for whatever odd reason, Pichu was given his own role in the official Hunty Zombies server as a tester manager, while every other tester had the request completely ignored, even by Pichu himself. As Zai puts it, this shows how corrupted the new management team currently is, and the same might happen to the new testers. Which is what
if you can't keep it, what's the point? Exactly what I'm saying. Like, there's no point on rolling, even spending Robux if you want to spend Robux for spins or something. There's no point on getting Candy Cane right now, especially because it is like it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the only way you're gonna deal a lot of damage is like what, the 9-hit combo straight into an ultimate. But even then, that like that's a long setup. For a meta player, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, getting Candy Cane is just not worth it when the Joker weapon and like the blindfold weapon exists, because like you could pretty much like I've seen apparently from like you could one shot with the Joker weapon. I can't wait to test that out, right? But blindfold and Joker, bow, like certain weapons are just much more better than like Candy Cane at the moment for a limited time weapon, bro.
I'm worried right now. Zai and other testers try to,
and there was like limited time weapons don't get the shine it deserves, bro.
Pichu and Kirito, and here is a list of things they were able to find before this whole situation happened. The first thing is that they admitted that they would choose being a mod over a tester. At the time, he was just a trial tester, which means he was just looking for power. They would also talk about
zombies
mod stuff in the general call, talking about muting people and debating mod actions, which is not allowed to do in a general call. They also leaked the game being bought a week before the dev's official announcement. They also mentioned testing stuff.
All right, bro. Yo, apparently that is true. I've been told in my Discord DMs by somebody that these crit skill tree is bugged in Hunty Zombies. So, like, yo, this game from start, like around the time where P Fresh was Dale's to the new team, from oh my lord, it's always been like buggy zombies, bro. Half to almost everything in the game just do not work as it should,
in
bro.
a testing server in a general call while they are live, which by the way is also not allowed. According to Zai, he mentions that he's got lots of concrete evidence that he can cross-reference with other testers, and he also mentioned that Kirito was not 100% part of the act. So to give a quick summary of everything, the first thing that happened was a mass resignation from 8 testers due to a lack of communication from developer to tester. And from here, favoritism began to overtake new management, completely ignoring the opinions of the higher tester ranks. And the next thing that happened was people
Yeah. Ignoring the opinions of higher tester ranks.
Opinions of the higher tester ranks. And the next thing that happened was people losing their tester roles without any explanation whatsoever. And this even included people who were very passionate about Hunty Zombies and people who were very
like, it's pretty bad to ignore like fridges. Oh my goodness, bro. I feel bad, bro. I really do feel bad, because Hunty Zombies is the reason why I still continue to even talk and play Hunty Zombies is because I respect that P Fresh made this game, and this is what kind of started me off in Roblox. So to me, I give a lot of like respect. I just, oh bro, it hurts. It really do hurts, because Hunty Zombies, when the timer like around the release, I love the game for what it is, and then it also put me on the spot. So for me, it's kind of like it's hard for me to like leave that, right? But at the same time, it just hurts seeing that everybody who has passion for this game, that wants better for the game, is consistently just being ignored. That hurts, bro. Like, people still genuinely care about this game. And it hurts when people go in every comment section, Discord, and being like, man, I really hope Honey Zombies doesn't die because I enjoy this game. Like that's kind of like really sad, bro, right? Because people still genuinely enjoy this game till this day, despite how many bugs and things still exist. They just genuinely enjoy the game for what it is, man. They enjoy the game for what it is. But when testers, people who put out their suggestions, content creators who make these type of videos, do these sort of things and still be ignored, then what can we do? What can we genuinely do?
Very active in both servers. The corruption and management began to take over and they started to kick every single tester without reason. The new dev team decided to handpick promotions that made no sense to people who weren't productive to the tester team whatsoever. And when the testers tried to bring this to light, they were both ignored by the dev team and the new tester manager, making the situation a lot worse. And despite all of this, the testers
Don't cry
still
to
tried
India.
their best to bring feedback and bring lots of good changes to the game, but they were still being ignored and skipped, brushing it over as tester drama. And finally were the allegations of abuse for Pinshu and Kirito. So the whole point of this video and the whole reason why Zai reached out to me was so that he can solve the corruption that is happening with the Hunty Zombies management. Because even when he went to the higher ranks of QA, they only ignored him and called it insignificant lies. And
Whew. Woo, yo.
They only ignored him and called it insignificant lies, in which he got kicked out of the tester team forever. And when this entire situation was brought to Caleb's attention, his reasoning for all of this was to start fresh, and he just wanted the old team replaced. And in Zai's words, he says, I don't think changing the team.
What would be your suggestion action they should take? To be honest, I'm super sad. Honestly, whatever I say will probably also get ignored.
He barely knows what he's doing. I will share my personal thoughts about this.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like I said, I haven't heard it from one person that told me that there's been corruption behind the scene. I've heard it from multiple people, especially some of the old staff that left before like even the new team was implemented in. So being able to finally see like just some of this just genuinely happen in front of my eyes is just insane.
The end until I finish Zai's statement. And next, what I'm going to read to you is Zai's final message. As I've noticed and predicted, no one enjoyed the update. Just check the general chat by yourself. I understand your point though. Changing teams because of new companies and stuff like that, yes, I get it. But you missed an important factor about
I don't do shoutouts.
Staff team has nothing related to the game, while tester team is the game's pillar itself. Let me...
I'm be for real, like, the only reason why I don't do shoutouts, right, is because shoutouts just do not work in content creation.
Explain. I understand the staff team is also a really high and key role for the server. But if we look at it with another eyes, I can clearly tell that it's not as important as a tester team. Hear me out. A game without a really good tester team is a failing game. Check the update by yourself and the general chat as I mentioned earlier. You'll get my point. If a big game like Hunty Zombies like that reaches 50 concurrent players on updates and maintains a constant 10 to 20,000 players concurrently, there should be no mistakes that could be done. Every mistake that a game gets on an update is one less life that the game will have. Imagine this as a game. Hunty Zombies has 100 HP.
I want to remind you guys, bro. This game went from 100k players, and it's like, what, down to 10k players right now until a update happens. The game only survives off of updates, bro. After that update is done for within the same day or two, it drops right back down to a low player count. That should tell you something that something's wrong.
And by the amount of issues about the updates such as bugs and bad testing and balancing,
that many people aren't willing to get on to continue to grind for whatever you released out.
End pretty quickly, and I can tell. If we don't act now, Hunty Zombies shall be forgotten forever and classified as a dead game. I've experienced, as I mentioned, a corrupted team as well from Voldex. They were no different as the current dev team state. They've killed one of my favorite games, which I was a tester lead there, and trust me, it was a shot in the heart that I took metaphorically. Changing the staff team is alright, but changing the base of any big game? Yeah. No, something's wrong here, and we both know what's wrong. However, if you don't want Hunty Zombies to be dead in less than, let's say, 3 weeks, you better start doing something to change this. It is the last straw that Hunty Zombies has. Either listen to us all, or you'll kill the game. Now, so after...
Hey. Now, I'm going to say this. Not everybody always provide good opinions. True, I'm going to admit it. I don't always provide good opinions. But being able to still just generally sit down and listen to suggestions and feedback is just the best thing that you could just possibly do for if you're a developer, just any game out there, just generally listen to the feedback and understanding which feedback is very important to take in and which is not to take in, right? Even like, you know, some testers that's very experienced could still be wrong in some cases. I could still be wrong in some cases, what I'm saying. But communication and still listening is very important.
Zai had shared me his last statement. I asked.
Yeah, I already tried Blade vs. Zombies before.
Testing for P Fresh's team and Caleb's team. I thought this would be an amazing question to ask, as it would give longtime players insight of what is going on with P Fresh and what is going on with Caleb. So P Fresh's team is mostly from Thailand.
Okay, so here, this is what I was talking about earlier with like the language barrier, because P Fresh team was just mostly not from America, it seemed.
They only had 3 to 4 Thai testers that could translate their information to English. And alongside this, there were also testers that were trying to use a Thai translator, but it was still tough to get the information across. So because of the making the game more and more grindy and balanced, a lot of information and communication not going one-to-one and being properly spreaded throughout the whole team. And another fault of communication was that when bugs were fixed, the communication wasn't properly being told to the English speakers. So a lot of the English speakers were reporting bugs that were already fixed to the Thai testers. So there was just a lot of miscommunication and a lot of misinformation that was happening. I know I said I was going to share my thoughts at the end, but I do want to quickly share what I want to say here. And I just want to say that P Fresh, I have been way too harsh to you, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think we might have to owe like, bro, apology.
This just sounds like a mishap and something that comes along with the process. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really had no idea there was just a language barrier and that's all it was. Because now it makes total sense why there was obvious bugs being fixed and other bugs that were being overfixed and being...
No, I didn't make a video on it.
Because the English testers could be finding bugs that the Thailand testers could not have caught. So that was the biggest reason why there was some slight miscommunication between testers and devs. It was just simply a language barrier. And
so this is what I was talking about earlier with the language barrier. So it makes a lot of sense on why Hunty Zombies was the way it was back then. Because just like when you're trying to communicate with developers that just barely speak English and they have translators, then yeah, something easily could go wrong there. But, and like Figure said, I think there was bugs that was already fixed and people were still suggesting like they was to fix something that was just already fixed. So yeah. So that part with the language barrier was kind of messing everything up.
A really huge obstacle to overcome. But now let me get back into Zai's message about Caleb's dev team. He describes it overall as lazy, with the entire team being from the USA, so everybody speaks English, but they still have flaws and ignore many aspects. They can't take criticism on their choices, and they do not read or check information that the testers deliver. And Zai says, overall, they ignore us and don't give a fuck. But despite...
I'm on chat. I'm gonna have to replay that, bro.
They can't take criticism on their choices, and they do not read or check information that the testers deliver. And Zai says, overall,
I need you guys to hear this, bro.
They ignore us and don't give a fuck.
Basically this, bro.
But despite the language barrier, Zai believed that testing for P-Fresh was one of the best teams ever. His first point was that the test...
Basically that part, after I seen like kind of how like unprofessional some things are in that server.
Felt heard. Even if it took a long time for their ideas to be actualized, the fact that they were being heard is what's most important to them.
On stream?
Reason is that
yeah, I played it on stream. I don't think I'll make a video on Blade vs. Zombies. Like, no disrespect to them. But I think I just genuinely couldn't enjoy it long term.
They come to an agreement on their balance changes instead of kicking the entire dev team for it. And the third reason was that they were active and they were fast.
It hurts knowing old testers already wanted to add a replay raid button, and they were going to fix the long-waited problem in the super move animation. Only you could see, and only can you see yours. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. So like, okay. So so it was gonna be implemented, but Caleb decided to just brush that idea off. If that's true, then dear Lord, that's making everything even more worse, because now the developers just don't even care. Like, it's just tester measure, developer staff is just like, now it gets worse, bro. Cause that's I think everybody complained about the fact that we should not be able to see other people cutscenes in game when they ult, right? And that's like the main reason why everybody also just avoid ulting in the game as well, because you know it just saves time on the scoring or whatever. So if they brush that off, when P Fresh I guess was going to actually more than likely try to add that in the game, but New Dallas decides just to not do it, then dear Lord, that's bro. Everything could be so simple, man. Everything could be so simple, bro. Talking about, you might have to replay the stream from the start. But basically, there's corruption. So many testers resigned from the spot. So many testers got purged and kicked out, and then they made a new team. And then testers that provide feedback is getting ignored. New management, all this other stuff, bro.
Bugs that were absolutely game breaking, and I can speak from this from a player.
So yeah, like you're late, bro. You're late, bro. But like I had to speed you up to down. That's what's happening.
Sometimes when an update will drop, there will be an absolutely game breaking bug where the game just doesn't.
Yo, I appreciate, yeah, man. Keita's a W, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Work. But I will say that P Fresh does fix the bug in at least 1 to 2 hours.
Video on it, I will probably just not make a video on Play vs Zombies. I say that I just did not enjoy it long term.
Which, in my opinion, is a really fast time to fix a bug, and
plus, like the map is pretty sure that's the same map, like the Shibuya City, and I'm like, okay, like I kind of want to have like games that's actually genuinely trying to put some more effort in now.
So, yeah. He does that after the update.
Also, I appreciate that the plug, man. We did hit 13K, bro.
Drops is pretty cool. And the fourth and final reason was that he enjoyed the tester calls he had with P Fresh. They were small, but they were still able to understand their vision and what they wanted to release for the future. So I hope as a player, this gives you an idea in mind of the difference between P Fresh's team and Caleb's team. And as a player, you should be able to notice the difference between these two developments. So that
drama, huh? Yeah, you might have to replay from the start, bro. I'm sorry.
That was Zai's complete message, but now I'm going to give you my personal thoughts about everything. First, let me say that I definitely had a very shallow observation about everything. I definitely did not fully understand everything that was going on, and now
this is basically why I'm going to say that I'm also or was in the same position as Frigid. Right? Because I didn't really get the full context of everything whenever people have told me that there has been corruption going on behind the scene. And like nobody would show me screenshots. So I was just like, back in my mind, like now I know something's going on. I just don't know what's going on, bro. But now that there's screenshots and evidence and such, just like people actually genuinely talking about it. And then yeah, man, like I can finally know what's going on now. Alright, family member came in, but yeah. Shoot, I lost my train of thought, bro. Family member came in, man.
Zai's message has given me a
no, right. But I was in the same position, right? I just didn't know what entirely was happening behind the scene, basically, so.
A lot of perspective about everything. For example, I imagine the reason why like the sorcerer cat pet is still bugged, and that the testers likely propose to fix the very obvious bugs and to not do very obvious choices that will make the community on fire. Because right now the community is not happy that you took away the cosplay pet.
I think this is the biggest thing that I really actually hated. I think so. When P Fresh was like back when P Fresh was like Dell for the game, they did make slight communication about when something was going to disappear out from a store or something. I think when Halloween Sword existed, they did make it clear that at some point it was going to disappear. I don't think I've seen the new dev team talk about that red blade and the supercar was just going to randomly disappear out the payload shop. Just randomly disappear out the payload shop. It just happened one day. And it just Frosty Gingerbread Man just there. Right? So so they just took out the best cosmetics in the game, like the best petted cosmetic in the game without say, and then added a cosmetic that's bugged right now without word. Like, what? Oh, come on, man. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, man? Yo, what's good, Bridget? Yo, man. Yeah, their communication do suck, bro. Like, P Fresh did have it like better with communication, bro. I'm be honest. It's just randomly decide to just take out things in the game without telling the community first is insane. So, in my honest opinion, I think we should bring it back because the Dales are at fault here, man. I'm just saying, bro. Because, like, yo, man, there's no way you decide to just randomly take something out the game without telling your community.
You took away the supercar pet, you took away the boombox cosmetic, and you took away the red blade cosmetic, all from the payload shop without any warning to
pet bus work. I really do hope they actually make something work because this game has been constantly going through issues with every update having at least 50 bugs to it. 50 new bugs all the time. After they say they fix a bug, something new always comes up,
players. Bro. On top of that, I imagine that balancing issues were probably mentioned, such as buffing very old weapons like the Ghost.
Like, old weapons still need to be buffed to this day. Like, dear Lord, back on the weapon topic. Why the world is candy cane? Why can we not keep the candy cane weapon in our inventory? Why did you decide to make it a rollable weapon, make it a limited time rollable weapon, and just decide that we cannot keep it for some reason? Like, if you accidentally roll off of that thing, that is gone from your collection. You can no longer flex that you have candy cane. Regardless of how bad or good the weapon is, you cannot flex that you have candy cane if you accidentally roll off the weapon. So, to the new developer team, what were you thinking when you decided to make this thing? And like, it's probably just easy to code, matter of fact. Like, you could probably just make it where everybody that do have it, it's just in their inventory now. It's that simple. That is simple, man. Right? So, like earlier in the video, maybe we were like too harsh on P Fresh with some things, but dear Lord, this here is still crazy to me. But we do need to go back and buff older weapons, right? Because like dual guns, just daggers, the OG side, weapons like that do need more shine, especially the limited time weapons, daggers and scythe anyway. I feel like limited time weapons should be able to still compete in this day and age for just being a limited time weapon. I would, dear Lord, if I could just use daggers again, I would be so happy, right? Daggers being able to just compete with the current meta or whatever, I'll be happy, bro.
But none of these things would happen because of the new dev team shooting down the ideas of the old tester team. Now, most importantly, the thing I want to share my thoughts on is this message right here. Now, I can't lie, when I read this message, I felt pissed just reading this message. I think it's the word choice, but saying that a new company got in, so new staff...
Oh yeah, this part here was like, just insane.
...got brought in, so you old staffs got to go, is definitely a very dehumanizing way of talking to the old...
This is like a dehumanizing way, bro. If this is the case, I just can't do anything. Best I could do is talk to Giri, no idea how to pronounce his name, about it. It's also Caleb did mention he wanted to start fresh. That's why the old team got replaced. Just look at Hunty Zombie situation. New owner, new company, new everything. So things like this are normal even when the old stuff got replaced. And I'm not in charge of tester, only help ranking and server related stuff. Think of it like a new company got in, so stuff got brought out in, so you got old stuff that got to go in this way or whatever. So yeah. Oh man, dear Lord, bro, just
got to go is definitely a very dehumanizing.
I think it's just the same, bro.
Old testers, because in my
that removing Zai as a tester, if there was testers that was like way more experienced than the current test manager, and say you made like a person like that wasn't kind of there for long, just test manager, whatever it is, that's also the same, bro. Like at this point, bro, Zai and the others were providing like a lot of feedback, it seems. I would like, if I was Caleb or like the Delve or something, I would have just made one of them test manager, bro. Like they seem to be more experienced on what's best for the game and sorts. But I guess it wouldn't even matter anyway, because it seems like out with the old testers, even with the new, it seems like whatever has been suggested by testers is just still being ignored. So in that case, we can't really blame testers. Well, really, we shouldn't have even been blaming them in the first place. But same time, we can't blame testers for like any updates that come out for being bad. At this point, it's just basically the developers just deciding to just completely ignore everything of what's being suggested from testers to just the community overall, that including content creators or regular players that's just in their Discord with suggestions. That's being ignored. So we will never see the things that we want to see added in the game. Like somebody said earlier in the chat, that if P Fresh was going to add the fact that we will no longer be able to see other people cutscenes whenever they use ultimates or their super move. And then that was like we almost had something that was good, that everybody wanted that in the game, but it got brushed off with the new team management. So, oh man, bro. Dear Lord, everything is going wrong.
Not a shred of sympathy or a shred of care to all the old testers that worked on this game. Because like I mentioned, there were lots of testers who were always active, always giving bug reports, and always doing...
I'm back. Welcome back. Bro, the Nightmare Before It gives 20k money and sometimes like 10k. I think the thing I can give credit for the new Deals doing is at least buffing money, but dear Lord, man. It seems like New Deals has been way too generous on everything. Like, way too generous. I promise you, it got to a point where, like... Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't think I'm not allowed to say that anyway, but yeah.
A lot of work for this game because they have a lot of passion and a lot of love for this game. But the devs is...
Basically, it's at a point where, like, the benefits, you know, of you being a CC is just benefits everybody's getting.
Simply denying all of that, making it seem like they're doing horrible jobs when they're not letting them communicate.
So the game is reaching a point of unbalance, right? Everybody have everything. At this point, Dale's got to make some new harder content or something.
And most of all, on top of everything, even if this were true, even if this was in Caleb's idea that he just wanted to start fresh, he wanted to start everything new, then why did he not communicate this to the testers whatsoever? If he wanted new tester staff, he just had to say, hey, everybody, I'm just going to do new tester applications. All the new testers, you're just going to have to reapply to be tester again because I want a new tester team for the game. All you had to do was communicate. All you had to do was talk to the tester team, but not a single time did he communicate with the old tester team with any sort of sympathy, with any sort of care whatsoever. Fuck, dude, I'm mad. I'm not even a tester, dude. Fuck. now, for those of you in the comments who are saying, like, go cry a river or...
Bro, I wanted to be tester so badly for the game back in the day. Like, I was making I kid you not, chat. Even if I made a video where I said, the Decline of Hunty Zombie video where I said I was probably not going to keep making content, that's kind of hard to do for a game that, like, grew me, right? I can't, it's like, to me, I can't easily let that go, no matter how bad it's getting. I still truly do care about the game because it grew me as a content creator. So I still want to see it, like, actually improve one day. Not this constant same old update. I had talks with Clover about this. I was like, bro, these updates are just the same old. I expect to always see a new weapon. That's the I'm gonna tell you guys the typical new weapon, new cosmetic, new perk probably. Like, I expect to see these things to just always continue to exist in the game from, like, the next update to the next 10 updates that's gonna happen in the game, bro. I could care, like, even if a weapon is bad or good, I could care less. I expect to see those happen in the game, bro. I want the developers to, like, generally be able to sit back and put more passion into the game and add something like new, like something crazy that they want to see in the game that they might expect players to actually be able to generally sit back and enjoy. Every update, I can't, like, it might sound like I'm hating, but every update has always consistently been like 6 points and under, bro. I don't think has been an update where I could single-handedly say where I went into Hunty Zombies and said this is the best update I have ever played in my life. 10 out of 10. I don't remember that. I just don't remember a Hunty Zombies where I said 10 out of 10 update. Never, man. I just don't remember. Every update has just always have been an issue or an update where I constantly said in the back of my mind that I said this could have been better. That just, hey, man. I'm the same way, bro. My whole channel was all about Hunty Zombies, so it's basically tough to start making videos on it. Yeah, bro. Like, Hunty Zombies grew me. Like, when I was never a Roblox content creator, but switching over to, first I did Hypershot and Mugen content, but I switched over to Hunty Zombies at some point, and Hunty Zombies was, like, kind of blowing up for me. So I was like, you know what? I enjoy this game, and I'm gonna just keep making content on this game. And then at some point, it was like, damn. At some point, I was like, the updates are getting bad. I think it was probably around the time of the Battle Pass update where I was like, I don't like the idea of having White Pigeon. I think it was White Pigeon and then a cosmetic whip, not a cosmetic, a cosmetic that was behind the paywall feature. So it was like you couldn't get it for free. You had to spend Robux for it. I was like, I don't think we should encourage this behavior to allow developers to put things behind a paywall where people got to start paying for it now, when I feel like you should just grind for it, you know? I don't like the ideal of having things behind paywall, especially regardless of how good or bad the thing is. And I think they're doing that now. I think you gotta pay for the Christmas cape with Robux. And I'm like, oh dear Lord, bro. So, and I remember saying that was like I remember clear as day I said I don't like that update because of that exact reason and such. And I got so much hate for saying that, but I keep telling my Discord members that I'm finna show you guys, bro. Hold up. Wait, let me switch over to Roblox, bro. I remember it's clear as day telling my Discord members that I mean I care, but I could just care less that I was getting hate. Cause like I feel, I wasn't wrong for the way I feel. Like, yeah, you gotta pay for the Christmas cake, bro. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing, man? I don't know. Even regardless how cheap or expensive it is, I just don't think it's a good idea to add things behind the paywall. And people want to go out their way. In my comment, I've seen some of you guys comment under my recent like posts and such, by the way, that you're saying that anime Final Quest is pay to win. Okay, and like Honey Zombies has been secretly doing some of the same thing. Like we're seeing it here clear as day right now. Like clear as day, bro. Like if you want to have like a cosmetic, regardless of how bad or good it is, you're gonna have to spend Robux. You have to spend Robux, bro. Like, okay, oh man, bro. Man, I don't know, bro. With these Roblox developers, man, I don't get how hard it is to be professional. Like, this is shots at New Moon, by the way, when I was considering to make New Moon content, a Demon Slayer game that was going to come out. The developer team there was very immature, a bunch of like 13-year-olds. And now we're seeing it here again with Honey Zombies. Apparently, there's just unprofessionalism and immaturity going on. That thing kills a game, bro. That exact thing kills a game. I'm sorry, like that's just the whole core truth. No matter, like, bro, it was giving me so much pain when I just saw like the little conversation going on with Zai and the test manager, bro. I was like, come on, bro. Come on, gang. Yeah, I want to ask something. What's up, bro? Yeah, I remember saying white pages sucked as an ideal in Discord, and the other people in the official Discord were like, "Why are you complaining?" Yo, that's the thing I hated so much, bro. I remember when I was making these videos, people would constantly say, "Bro, like, why are you complaining? Why are you crying? This isn't an issue. What is the problem?" And I'm like, dear Lord, these are the same exact people that would never make a game be better at the end of the day because they will settle for the bare minimum. They will never, if they was ever developers, they themselves would never make a genuine good game. And I would say it straight to their face. You will never make a genuine good game if you're one of those people that truly do think that it's okay to allow the developers to just genuinely be themselves right now, as is, to constantly ignore the testers, constantly do what they're doing right now, act unprofessional, immature. If you're the same as that person that's trying to allow this said behavior and allow updates to be bad as is, you're the exact problem. You're the exact problem that's happening with any game that exists just in general, because you settle for bare minimum. You could care less, and then you're also trying to tell me to care less as well, when I'm not going to care less regardless of how much I hate. I'm trying to make sure everything, like, whatever voice I have that could be heard, trying to be heard, bro. If I don't hold back, right? If I lose content creator role, I could care. I could care less, man. I'm gonna still say my opinion, bro. Right? I'm just too genuine. Like, I can't help but be genuine, bro. If an update is bad, it is bad. Even if I'm vague, I'm going to still say the update is bad. If I had to go into a detailed about how bad the update is, I will. Like, as long as people understand that I say update is bad, it's bad, bro. If I get hate for it, I get hate for it. Like, listen, man. Honey Zombies have done nothing as a recent that has been revolutionary, that has not evolved at all. I'm sorry to say. Honey Zombies has been stuck in the same old position since then. I'm trying to tell everybody now that there's a formula they keep following that's not going to work long term, bro. This formula that they're trying to follow is dumb, bro. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, bro. This, like, dear Lord, bro. Like, New weapons. I mean, like, okay, these new additions we always gonna expect, bro. When are we gonna get something crazy, bro? This is why I said in one of my streams or videos back in the past that I'm okay if the developers start doing weekly updates and start actually trying to push out meaningful updates. Hey, bro. You're so golden for that, bro. Real one, speaking up. Forge is probably my favorite game. Forge, yeah, the Forge is my favorite game, bro. At least with Forge, yo, a crazy difference with Forge. No matter how much you hate Forge or would never play Forge, I could easily say with Forge, they have something worth grinding for in that game compared to Hunty Zombies, bro. A lot of bros. Hey, man. Bro is my key. Bro is like my key. Like, what is it? Like a key word that I constantly say. It's just whenever I'm speaking like informal or whatever, like I'm not trying to properly speak formal, you're gonna hear a lot of bros from me. So I have to try to catch myself sometimes when I'm doing that. But yeah. Y'all kick it too much, not gonna lie. Yo, it's not hard, right? To communicate. I feel like that's the easiest thing, bro. Tell your community that, hey, we're gonna remove this out the shop in the next update or two, so you should probably grind for it before it is gone. You know, okay, community understands, community happy. They might be upset it's gonna be disappearing, but at least the community know. Oh man, I don't think I remember seeing anywhere in the server, official server, that the cosplay pen and whatever was going to disappear. It just disappeared one day. I don't even remember if it was this update or not, actually. It was just gone. I was like, come on, bro. Communication isn't hard to do. Like, that's like the most easiest thing. Like, it doesn't take a genius to just communicate. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Man. Communication is very important. You wanna know the biggest important thing is? Like, well, okay, this still ties into communication. So I guess communication at the end is just important in general. But also, not ignoring your community is also important. You should just not ignore people. You should not downplay a situation. You shouldn't just block people and just do your own thing. That is just unprofessional. Very unprofessional. So, yeah. I'm out of guild. Oh, wait, bro. Nah, I remember, bro, Keita, man. We gotta talk, bro. We gotta talk, man. Look, bro, we gotta talk, bro. Nah, I'll re-add you, bro. You was in the game with us in Ender Strike, and you was abusing bugs. I was like, oh, heck nah. No more better. Yeah, communication support. No one use lucky spins. Oh my goodness. That's something I actually genuinely want to talk about. Chat, bro. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but for how long this game been going on, I remember at some point the game was consistently not adding things in the lucky spin. Actually, no, I might not hate, because at least you just had to grind for it. And that's not a bad thing. That prevents you going away from actually paying. But basically at some point, everything was just being added in like Raid Shop. So like what? Halloween sword, bow, Reaper scythe, Joker. So everything was being added in this the shop, or they used to make events where like something here like you could grind for like a cosmetic. So you know, like you couldn't really like pull for stuff. So that would be my explanation of why I just have so many lucky spins. Is because at some point the game was kind of straying away from the lucky spin system and more for you on grinding for things. Now think about it, that actually gets you away from paying for lucky spins. I don't know if that's like a good or bad thing, so I'm not gonna dive too deep in that. But yeah. Oh, because old do better updates. Old do better ups. Wait, old do better ups. South came and banned me. How deserve it? Not gonna lie. New oh wait. Oh my goodness. Speaking of traits, yo, traits. I hate this system so much. Can we please get like a button that, okay, can we get like a reroll like 10 times or something. And then it brings up like a list, and whatever trait you want to pick, you could pick and go for it. Because kind of sitting, I could care less about Candy Cane now, but kind of sitting here, just doing this all the time, and this message that appears, right? This takes so long. And I think I've been told that whenever somebody gets a specific trait, I think it's like a global reset or something. I don't know how it works. I guess like a weird system behind it. I just hate the trait system overall in this game. And I hate it with Anime Final Quest. I just don't like this overall trait system that exists in the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, this here takes forever. So I just been kind of selling, like, if I get crit damage or like whatever, I just get it. So yeah, like, this here takes too long to do. Like, I know for sure the trait thing here has been the most complained about thing for the longest in the game. Like, there's no way like anybody has been enjoying their time sitting here for like who know how long just to get Yori Ichi, Prodigy, Midai's critical damage. Like, it's just, this takes too long, bro. I don't want to sit here for the next 10 hours trying to get one thing, man. This takes too long to do. Way too long to do. I spent millions just to get blindfolded, and it was so painful for my hand. Oh my god. I remember so many people telling me that it took them way too long to get blindfolded. I felt so bad because I got it in the same day. I just used auto clicker. Traits, man. I don't know, chat. There's just, man. And I think this is the exact reason why I hate when video games add zombie to a title. I'm finna dive in something new. I hate it when we ended up getting a recent new update. The anime update. And it was nothing about zombies. Nothing about zombies, man. As a zombie fan, anime update was probably the most disappointing update for me, regardless if we got Gojo or not. While Gojo being my favorite character, Jujutsu Kaisen being my favorite anime, I'm going to admit, nothing related. This doesn't scream zombies at all. Like, at this point, if we're going to stray away from the core about the game, core about being zombies, then remove zombies out the title. Because now the game is being clickbait. The game is clickbaiting players now. Because anime update was nothing about zombies. So, at least they could have made Sukuna look like a zombie. They could have at least done that. Who do you think is better, new developers or old? Honestly, now, seeing that video, I think it was way too harsh on P-Fresh. P-Fresh and his team. Like, the language barrier was getting in the way of everything with the updates for the game. And if it's true that P-Fresh was going to add the option to remove cutscenes where we wouldn't have to see other people cutscenes, then I'm going to be honest with you. P-Fresh and his team were seeing our suggestions, but it was just a language barrier. So, like, half the things couldn't be, like, realistically done in a way or whatever. So, like, I think the biggest thing with P-Fresh was just, like, language barrier, right? I feel like that was probably mainly in the way of like the game being like better than what it was to the end. But with the new video, right, that came out from Frigid, it's kind of like, if it's true that the new developers are annoying testers and everybody, then I just can't help but say P-Fresh was like actually generally better, even if the new developers are actually being generous with the codes and such. I'm gonna say this as well. I don't think being generous equal good game. I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually told Clover this, but like, a developer could give you everything in the game, but that doesn't mean the game is, well, good. I'm going to be honest with you. The developers could give you everything. The most broken weapons, just everything. But that doesn't mean necessarily the game is good. You're only saying good, the game is good, is because the developers gave you things. But that doesn't equal, like, basically developers actually genuinely giving out, you know, content, right? Making the game actually better than what it is. They just gave you things. So you're just only saying the game is good is because they gave you things. They just gave you more than what P-Fresh could ever do. So, yeah. The codes was a distraction. Like, the codes still do help. Don't get me wrong, right? Getting things still do help, but that doesn't make the game better. Like, let's be honest. Would you guys still be happy if they consistently just did the same old, like this formula here for the next 7 updates? Let's say 7 updates. All they keep doing is just new weapon, zombie, maybe new payload map, and then like a new bundle, whatever, and that's it. Like, no new content, no new anything, like just nothing. Like, nothing experimental for the game, right? Just same old formula. But instead, they just give you codes, a bunch of codes that's just broken, unbalanced, and OP. Would you still be happy if that was like the next 7 updates? Not even new perks. Yo, what's the last perk? Joker, right? Dear Lord, this is the worst divine perk in the game. This is like, yo, man, I ain't never using that jump. I don't know. Would be better than a boss than a freaky Yamaki Sakuna. It's a joke. Like, I don't get why the oh man. I think the same day when the Joker Divine came out, and when I got it, and when I saw it, and when I saw it was like orangey or whatever, like, I didn't even make a video or anything about it. I just knew it was just bad. I was like, yeah, we're gonna continue to keep using like hurts like critical undead or like double damage or something at this point, even vampire, because no way somebody's gonna generally keep using Joker. Yeah, it's like inconsistent in a way. Yeah, it is horrible. What else? How you guys feeling? Yo, I'm not gonna get in the rebirth system. Dear Lord, I'm not getting into that, man. How they grind every 100 levels just to reset. Man. Oh, yeah. The balancing in this game. Chat. I don't think nobody will be surprised when the next 7 updates we're continuing to use the same old meta. And the same old meta is just us using AP, ATK, doing a 9-hit to 10-hit combo, and doing like the V move or ultimate or something with a weapon. That has been the meta for the longest in this game, man. Nothing like no new meta has came out other than maybe using new cosmetics, and that's it. But it's the same old, same old. I'm so tired of this formula, bro. I'm so sick and tired of this formula. Can we like do something new? Can we really get something new? Like, dear Lord, man. Like, if anybody just ever asked me what's the meta, because I think at some point I slowed down on playing the game, so I thought something new was happening. Like, oh, there's new meta in the game. I come back, ATK, AP, it's same old, same old. It makes no sense, bro. We've been doing this since like what, like the baseball era when that weapon, a rare weapon, was just broken. Oh my god, man. Yeah, that's roughly it, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Woof. We got a lot of things to work on, but I'm finally glad. We reached a point in time where everybody finally see the issues with Honey Zombie. Man, I used to get so much hate when I always spoke negative on the game, but it's actually I'm feeling good now. I feel happy that I could finally rant and people are not destroying me, because whenever I called the update bad, everybody and their mother was against me. I felt like a small human being in the corner. Like, I just didn't fit. But now, hey, glad we're here. Glad we're here at a point in time where everybody's finally opening up their eyes, man. Oh, man. Oof. All right, man. All right, bro. All right, chat. Good Lord. Adam in the private server? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, man. I just wanted to get on for a stream. If I try to even upload a video, I would just be re-uploading the stream, because this is just a long yap. I just wanted to get on and talk about the drama, the issues with Honey Zombies for a bit. Rivals. You ever play Rivals? I haven't played any Roblox FPS game in a minute. But yeah. Message? Nah, cause I remember the day we said something happens to Honey Zombie, everyone gonna realize what you said was true. Hey, people be calling me crazy, bro. I've been called crazy, man. Like, I've been hit with the lines, here we go again with content creators calling the update bad. Whenever I used to back then just have more videos talking good on the updates than bad. But or just like content creator trying to speak his opinion or something, this and that, yada yada. It's just like people hate first because I'm a content creator, but I'm finally glad that I really do hope those same exact people that was hating on me and then hating the fact that I'm a content creator speaking my opinion are here in this exact stream. Because if you were the same exact person doing that, hey man, welcome to the team, brother. I'm not hating on you. I just wish you opened up your eyes sooner. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. What is the drama? The drama was about corruption. 90% of the testers like leaving, others getting kicked and purged, and half of them is getting ignored by developers, and immaturity and unprofessionalism coming from dev team. And you can watch all of this, right? You can replay the stream, or you can go to Frigid Video and watch all of this. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is definitely the YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of you guys be saying, "Oh, you feel up, bro." YouTube be lying with this view count, but I know for sure this is like 1,000, 2,000 views right now. But yeah, man, go check out Frigid, bro. Go check out Frigid, bro. This is the whole entire thing right here we've been talking about. Cons on this video alone. But yeah. Oof. If the other is actually good, and you're not. Oof. My expectations for tomorrow update. Dear Lord. Chat, how much we betting? I feel so bad, bro. Like, dear Lord, this is a huge interest count, and then the game only gets like 60 to 40,000 people playing the update. But how much we betting that, right? This game, the update might get delayed, or if it don't get delayed, the update is just not going to be entirely that crazy. I mean, you can already, this is what I'm talking about. Same old formula, new boss, new weapon, bro. Come on. Come on, chat. All right, man. All right, man. Like, we can at least get like a story mode or something at this point to call new. All right, chat. I think that's it. I'm gonna hop on Anime Final Quest or something. Nah, that's roughly what everything I want to talk about. So yeah. Yeah, I'm already expecting Krampus Claw to just be a reskin of Zombie Claw. Oh my goodness. Yo, Millen, I love you because I got one more thing to talk about. I'm not gonna be long on it. Have anybody noticed that the blindfold weapon is just basically shoes, bro? Like, I don't think, oh my god, bro. At some point, they might have updated it, but at some point, in game, when you switch to blindfold, it was just shoe icon. So they took like the script or whatever, more than likely the script of that, and swapped it over to blindfold. Like, I promise you I couldn't be the only person that noticed that. They probably updated it by then and added blindfold icon to it, but before then, it was just like, it was a shoe icon on it. And that probably explained the reason why when you were kind of moving, it felt like it was shoes. Like, you was moving the same way as shoes. Okay, so yeah, they updated it. Hold on, let me see. Do I still have my old video? If I have a video on this still. Because it was just outright shoes icon. Where's my here? New swap. All right. Resident Radiance? What the world? What is Radiance? Here we go, chat. I just saw it. Hold up, chat. That's off up. Shoe icon. Shoe. Matter of fact, you probably can't even see it, huh? Screenshot. Mind you, I'm using blindfold in this video. Shoe icon. Just shoe icon, man. shoe lazy development. Absolute laziness. Shoe icon, man. Like, come on, bro. There you go, bro. There you go, man. I'm saying. Visual bug, even if it's a visual bug, it still moves the same way as how shoes typically is, bro. Alright, chat. Yo, man, you guys are DM me on Discord, bro. Oh, no, I'm not getting DM. Somebody's messaging me in the group chat. Alright, chat. That's roughly it, man. And that's roughly it. Yeah. Alright. Have another weapon. Another peak spotting. I love so much we're talking and chilling a lot. Oh, yeah. Man, I just be yapping and yap, man. Honestly, I think my content, like, it rather just watches me, just only hear from me yapping at this point. Every time I try to talk to anybody, bro, they just always hit me the yap line, man. Like, okay. But at least my yapping is good. At least I'm not like quiet, bro. What's your build? I was testing something, but I don't have exact build on. Alright, chat. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. In conclusion, we gotta get rid of the immaturity and unprofessionalism in the dev team. If I lose content creator role, oh well. It's for the greater good, because like this gotta be talked about. And you know, no hate on the developer team. We just want best for the game, and we just want you to be better in the end. So that's all there really is to it. Hopefully this put no pressure on you guys. We just want you to understand. That's all we really want at the end of the day. Just understanding and clear communication of the sorts. So no hate, just understanding. We're all civil people at the end of the day. At least I hope so. At least you won't be going out your way to block everybody. Hey, okay, that's probably a little over there. But yeah. Up on Anime Final Quest, yeah. This man Frosty is addicted to Anime Final Quest. Alright, chat. You guys have a good rest of your day. Join Discord, like the stream, blah blah. I'll be there on update day. I'll check out the update. I'll see what they cooking up tomorrow. We'll see. Blindfold could have had the Gojo sense. His run, the new Gojo dodger mechanic, his voice lines. They did they did nothing to make it look cool. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Alright, chat. I'm out, man. Cause you know what I'm hopping on, bro? Alright, chat. We're gonna hop on another Final Quest. I'll see y'all in the next stream.